traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1772nd edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Traders, what's happening on this evening? Well, this is a Tuesday night. It is May 9th, 2018. This video is, well, it's actually May 8th right now. This video is for trading on May 9th, and that's Wednesday. What I'd like to remind you about is this is a very risky game. Don't trade alone. Make sure you come on down to livewithoscar.com and join me in my live trading room where I can help you understand the risks behind this game and understand how these markets operate. Remember, this is not for everybody. You must have risk capital to lose. This is a serious game. The stops need to be large. You cannot trade with money that you need to pay your mortgage with. If you understand that and you do put stops in first, come on down to livewithoscar.com and join me for the rest of this video. So, we have a green Omni on the board for Russell 2000, which I like better than any of the other indices right now for a buy, and for Apple. I think NASDAQ's likely going to be a buy for us as well if it dips enough, but we are going to buy a dip in Russell. We're going to try to get long Apple. And once again, yes, we are buying dips in NASDAQ and the Russell 2000. However, we are still not out of the woods just yet, technically, and I will show you those charts. Don't get happy. What we did today on Tuesday is we got in the market, they rallied up, we got out, and we sidestepped it, and we let the market do its thing for the rest of the day without taking our profits away. Be nimble. Like we were on Tuesday, we will be nimble in our trading in the Russell for trading on Wednesday. Number 2 on the board, let's give crude oil a one-day breather. Traders, there's a bar about this big on the crude oil from trading today. You know, Trump made his announcement, we're pulling out of the Iran deal. The rest of the bars are this big. Today's bar is this big. Why don't we give that a one-day breather before we jump in there where, it's kind of manic at the moment. So I'll show you the charts, but we're going to leave crude oil alone for a day. We'll take a look at it on Thursday. Gold still under pressure because of the bear flag, and Apple target of 199 remains valid. Go Apple. Looking good, right? Warren Buffett knew he jumped all over it. It's been just skyrocketing. Obviously, he was the catalyst, but the chart is the chart, and that's what we're following. So, remember, we're not out of the woods just yet. Don't get crazy with any buys in the NASDAQ, emini, S&P, Russell. Let us get over these hurdles, if we're going to get over them, before we get extremely bullish in these markets. Giving crude oil a one-day breather, gold under pressure, and Apple target. With no further ado, let me show you some charts. Traders, the first chart I will show you this evening is the Dow Jones Industrial Average Daily Bar. This line you've been seeing in every video, night after night, and I've been telling you that it is acting as a support resistance line. Resistance for the moment, you cannot seem to get above it. We held the 200 bar moving average, got above the orange just briefly. The orange average came back down, tested the 200 again. We're not even above the red resistance line nor the orange average. So I'm not impressed with what we've seen lately. If we could get above and continue on, boy, we'd become aggressive buyers. For now, we're very, very nimble buyers when we do get long this market. NASDAQ, once again, although impressive because it did hold the 200 bar and it's back above the orange average and it's above the Omni average. But look at that spot right there. It's the top of the flag. Last time you did get out of it for a few days. It doesn't guarantee you will again. A lot of room to get up to that flag, though. So a nice fat day trade if we get long and make it up there. But that is trouble for now. This is a bear flag. It is supposed to point to the downside. So we've got that to look at short term. Of course, longer term, we're in a big bull market. So bouncing off the 200 should create a much higher rally. But one technique at a time. We're above the averages. We need to get above the flag before we start to get too happy. So buying, yes, but be very nimble on Wednesday. Then you've got the Russell 2000, and I like this chart better than the others. You're clearly above the averages. It's clearly looking like a smart rally. Traders are going to call this a possible double top. I say it blows right through that and considers challenging this double top that will exist once we get past that. Now, the Omni says to get long, and if we get all the way to here, that's a nice fat trade anyway. Right? If we end up long and we get up here, that's a nice fat trade anyway. We'll see what happens. But I think we will best that and challenge this high a little bit later this week or in this month. So that's what I'm looking for now. But remember, if that bear flag breaks down in the NASDAQ, everything will come down with it. Short term, we will take the buy signal on the Russell. Gold. You've seen this chart in many videos. This is the weekly look of the gold chart. Remember, it got up to this barrier and fell down below the average. Gets back up to the barrier, falls down below the average, gets back to the barrier, starts heading to the average, didn't get below it yet. I say it wants to get below the average and get to the bottom of this channel like it's done each other time. So we'll see. We're going to look to sell rallies in gold. That's the weekly. Here's your daily. Now on the daily gold, if you look at this chart, that's a nice, well-defined bear flag on the gold. This is the 200 bar moving average. The settlement in gold was here today on Tuesday, below the average. So Wednesday we expect it to stay below the average and possibly even take out the bottom of the flag. We'll see. We will be selling rallies in the gold. Then you've got crude oil. And here's why I say let's give it a breather. On the weekly chart, crude looks great. It's above the previous peak from June 2015, which it could not get above for quite some time. But now it is above, and it's building what I would think is an Oscarism known as an F flag in a nice channel. That's your weekly. We go out to the daily, or break it down to the daily, and that is a very, very nice channel right there. And, of course, we can call this a pole and call that an F flag. And you are in that channel, but look at the size of this daily bar. You know, compared to the other ones, it's a pretty big bar. Let's let this calm down. We'll let it do its thing, and we'll go back to work on Wednesday night into Thursday on crude. And then you've got Apple. Look at Apple. Looks fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that chart at all at the moment. It even filled this little gap, and away it should go. You broke out of this channel. You've got Warren Buffett behind it. You got the street behind it. Market looks good right here. So we will buy dips in Apple. We'll see where that goes. The target remains valid of $199. Traders, come on down to livewithoscar.com and join me in my live trading room. Traders, you've seen the charts. You've got my technical reasoning why. We've got the green arrow up. We like the Russell over everything else as far as the other indices. Apple looks great, but you see that we're not out of the woods just yet, right? We've got to get past those flags. We've got to get above those averages in our indices. So, yes, we're going to buy dips. Be nimble with your profits. Get out when you see profit. Crude, I'm giving it a one-day breather. I don't want to be in anything with a bar this big the next day. Who knows what the loons are going to do. Let's let that cool out, and we'll approach it on Wednesday night. Gold is still under pressure. Yes, it can rally. Who knows what it will do, but there is a bear flag, and a flag is a flag until it's not. And Apple target remains at $199. And that's about it for now. It's only Tuesday. Long way to go. Great omnis so far this week since Sunday night. Let's hope it stays that way. But our stops are in just in case. Livewithoscar.com. I'll see you there. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things I think you can do to help keep those emotions at bay after placing your stops is to say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll. Thank you back there, guys. That sounded great. I will see you all at livewithoscar.com. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.